start with the MG. It is again 1 week after the previous video, and today should be the day when we actually refit the rear axle. I say we because I'm going to get some help from a friend. This is something which maybe I could do alone, but I'm not really sure. It's going to take some balancing. So we're going to start with refilling the rear axle with oil, and just because I'm curious, I'm first going to do it in a measuring cup and see how much oil it actually takes. Going to try this. It leaks a little bit of air, but it should still go quicker than what I tried before. So the workshop manual basically says that it has 800 milliliters of capacity, but then other sources say 1.2 liters, and it seems that the other sources are actually correct because there's already 1 liter in there, and it's still not coming out of the filler hole. So that's basically your indication that it still needs more oil. So I think another 250 milliliters to go or something like that, and then it should be fine. And there we go. And that's the first step of the day done. The next thing we need to do is assemble everything, so let's give this a go. So for the past probably 2 hours, we've been having a lot of problems with the plates that connect the U-bolts to the spring, the leaf springs, and the rear axle. So these are plates that should go between this part and the actual rear axle, and the holes weren't drilled in the right place. And I have kind of a setup here to show you how it works and how it should have been. So yeah, let's take a look. So this is actually one of the new plates. You can see it looks very good, but the bolts are right here in the corner, and they should be more towards the top here and also more outwards over here. And then here you can see this is the plate on which they should be bolted, and you can actually see just a little bit that they don't line up, and like none of them line up actually, and there's quite a bit of play that needs to be fixed. And I made some markings here. I think you can see that. So I made some markings here to show where the holes should have been, but it's too much to really adjust with a drill. So luckily I kept the old ones, gave them a clean, and repainted them. They don't look perfect, but they will do the job. And then maybe after a while, once I get these ones fixed or I get new ones, I might change them again, take these off, and just keep these as a reference. So yeah. Apparently new parts don't always mean that they are the right parts. Always check your parts even if they are new, and never throw away your old important parts because you might end up using them again even if you didn't think you were going to use them. In this case, I was very lucky that I kept him, and it will mean that today we will get the rear axle on there, so I'm very happy, even though these new parts are quite useless. I don't know if you can hear that, but it actually just started raining. We are inside, so it's fine. We just test fitted the leaf spring with the old plates on there, and everything works perfectly. With the new plates, weirdly enough, these bolts just wouldn't come through, and especially with this this plate on the bottom, it just wouldn't work. No way it was going to be going on there. So with the old plates, it actually works perfectly. We just need to do the other side, and then we are probably as ready as we can be to put this back under the car. So I bought new shock absorbers as well. They need to go under the car, and it's going to be easier if we fit them first, so that's going to be the next step, and then the rear axle can actually go under here. Ja, dat kan inderdaad.
Zou ik dus maar voor
Dat zou je even schuiven. So that's mission accomplished. Kind of. The rear axle is under the car, that's true, but it's not fully mounted yet. The back bolts are in, but at the front of the rear axle the leaf springs aren't mounted and nothing else is mounted yet. So the rubber straps, the drive shaft, and quite a lot of other things like the shock absorbers and other things, as I said, still need to be mounted, but that will be something for next week. So it's kind of back to the drawing board right now because it was a lot more difficult than we anticipated, but we'll come back next week and continue work on the rear axle.